WCBI News at 6 starts now.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight at 6. School's out, but sports is on the agenda at tonight's Pickens County School Board meeting. Gordo High School is requesting money from the emergency fund to make repairs to its football field. Our Bobby Martinez was in Pickens County today, where he spoke to some residents and the school board about the request and how the district should move forward.
$350,000. That is the estimated cost to fix repairs here at the Gordo High School football stadium. And according to Frankie Spencer, a school board member on the Pickens County School District, he believes that money should be used to address urgent repairs in the school district.
All of a sudden, somehow or another, $650,000 was found, and they're going to take $350,000 to repair a football field. We are spending too much money when we got what's going on, because we need to save some of our money for when our kids got out of early this year school, and then we're not knowing when they're going back to school. So I think we should save some of that money and hire teachers, qualified, certified teachers, to come here and get our kids up to par.
And we apologize for those technical difficulties. We'll see if we can get that worked out. We will also point out that we did reach out to Gordo High School Principal Mark Capps regarding a request, but we did not hear back. Again, we'll see if we can figure that error out in a little bit. Mississippi State University has plans to resume in-person classes this fall. The university's COVID-19 task force is releasing guidelines to help transition back to campus. Those guidelines include changing the academic calendar to minimize disruptions. Cleaning and disinfecting will also be increased in buildings on campus. Face coverings will continue to be used. COVID-19 testing and contact tracing will also be used if needed. The university also plans to try mixtures of hybrid, online, and face-to-face instruction. The task force is considering alternative best practices for campus life, athletics, and public outreach. As of right now, classes will begin at MSU on August 18th. Governor Tate Reeves announces today that evictions can resume June 1st. The governor put in place a 2-month eviction suspension for those financially impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. Governor Reeves says that he's announcing it today to give those who rent time to go ahead and start getting things in order to start making payments. While the coronavirus threat is still ongoing, businesses are beginning to reopen. State officials also say the number of patients in the ICU or on ventilators, they're staying stable. 45% of the deaths in the state, the health department says, that have happened in long-term care settings. That's why the state will continue to focus a lot of efforts there.
We are going to continue an aggressive testing approach in long-term care settings to make sure that we can identify those employees who may be infected, get them excluded so that there is not additional transmission, identify those residents very early on who may be infected so that we can take the proper infection control.
State health leaders also said that only 17% of COVID-19 patients have been hospitalized in the state of Mississippi. New tonight, an employee at a Columbus retirement community has died after being diagnosed with COVID-19. Lowndes County Coroner Greg Merchant confirmed the person's death, but did not identify them or what position they held at the Arrington Assisted Living Community. Several people living at the facility have tested positive for the coronavirus. At least 3 people connected to the Arrington have died after testing positive for COVID-19. State health officials say that, again, long-term care facilities are at a high risk of an outbreak and spreading of the virus. Merchant says the employee died yesterday. Arrington has not returned our calls for comment. Mississippi marks another milestone in the COVID-19 pandemic. The number of confirmed cases has now topped at the 10,000 mark. 182 new cases are being reported today. 28 of those are in long-term care facilities. The Department of Health also reports 8 more deaths, one of those in Lowndes County and another one in Ottawa County. There have been 456 coronavirus deaths statewide. There are some improvements. The number of hospitalized patients, that has dropped down to 437. The health department estimates about 6,200 Mississippians have recovered from the virus. Thankful. That's how Starkville High School seniors say they felt this morning before walking across the stage to get their diplomas. The ceremony was as close to traditional as possible given the circumstances. The school allows 20 seniors to walk every hour. Family members are only allowed into the auditorium when their graduate is on stage. We spoke to a few graduates as they waited in line. They say it's been an emotional senior year.
A little nervous, happy, excited. I'm just happy it's happening.
It was kind of confusing, a little bit of pressure, like wanting to have something, but everybody knew we wouldn't be able to have like a traditional ceremony, but I was really glad that they did something for us.
Walks and speeches have been recorded. The graduation ceremony will premiere in its entirety on May 22nd at 6 p.m. on the school district's Facebook page. In Columbus, folks rallied to another group of seniors. Family members and friends loaded up in their cars and they drove by Vineyard Court Nursing Home, honking horns, waving and cheering. The Columbus Fire Department and Motorcycle Club, even home health and other agencies that help take care of the patients, they all participated. Organizers hoped the event would help lift the patients' spirits.
Their families will be coming to the parade. They've been asked to decorate their cars with signs, to bring noisemakers, anything to make noise and bring attention to them. We're doing this for our residents because of the quarantine that we've been under, and they need to get out and get a little bit of fresh air and sunshine, and they need to see their families.
It looked like quite a big turnout from what I saw today. Vineyard Court, along with other nursing homes across the state, they've been on lockdown since March.
More clouds and sunshine across our region on our Wednesday afternoon. We've had a few isolated showers and thunder showers out there, but basically dry in many spots, upper 70s to low 80s. Right now across our region, we had one blip near Matheson not too long ago, another southwest of Kosciuszko, and we could still see a few more as we go throughout the early evening hours, but most of us will not see anything. Pretty warm out there right now. The wind not too bad, and the heat index really not bad yet, but moisture levels will increase as we approach the weekend. So can't rule out a few stray showers here early this evening, and then as we go throughout the evening hours, just a mix of clouds and stars. Temperatures cooling down into the lower 60s in many spots here tonight. We'll keep the scattered shower and storm chances going for the next couple of days. Your full forecast in just a few minutes.
An Oktibbeha County man is indicted in a shooting and as a habitual offender. DeVere Outlaw is facing an aggravated assault charge. The shooting happened on Gleason Drive late last year. There was a manhunt for Outlaw. He was eventually arrested in Tennessee. Prosecutors allege that Outlaw shot the victim in the chest, and that person was eventually treated and released from the hospital. Outlaw has been convicted on 2 drug charges. We know more about a weekend shooting in Clay County that left 3 people injured and a man facing charges. Sheriff Eddie Scott tells WCBI investigators believe the incident was domestic in nature. 48-year-old Gene Sparks is charged with aggravated assault after the Saturday afternoon incident. He has since bonded out of jail. Sparks is accused of shooting 3 people during the incident that started at his home on Happy Hollow Road. Scott says 4 people came to Sparks' home to reportedly talk to his stepdaughter when a fight broke out. Sparks allegedly got his gun and began shooting. 3 people were hit, including Sparks' stepdaughter. One of the victims is in a Jackson hospital in critical condition. The shooting is still under investigation. A Pontotoc man is facing charges in Tupelo in connection to a child pornography investigation. Tupelo police started looking into the case on May 5th after being contacted with information. That led to the arrest of 34-year-old Jason Clare Tuesday. He's charged with possession of child pornography. His bond was set at $30,000. The case will be presented to the next Lee County grand jury. Never underestimate the power of small things in large numbers. When we come back, we look at a pest that could be bringing down your biggest investment. Welcome back, everyone. A wet winter and spring are creating better conditions for an unseen enemy that can destroy your home if it's not caught in time. Riley Martin talks with an expert who tells us how to spot signs and stop the pests in their tracks.
Warmer temperatures and wet weather means things get busier for Gene Welsh, and the local Terminix office.
Usually perfect conditions will be a 70-degree day such as it is now. You get a rain shower and you get some of that mugginess that comes after the rain, and that's when the termites like to swarm.
Welsh is branch manager for Tupelo Terminix, and he wants homeowners to know how they can prevent termites, which form colonies underground, and find food sources in wood and sheetrock. Welsh encourages homeowners to avoid stacking firewood in grassy areas against a house, and anytime water collects near a home's foundation, it's an invitation for termites. There are certain things homeowners can look for to spot possible termite infestation.
If they have a wooden floor, we look for dark spaces or bubbling in that floor. We also look for wavy sheetrock or any kind of soft spots in the sheetrock that would show that. We look for swarmers naturally. We also look for mud tubes. Those mud tubes they look like straws, and they're constructed out of mud, and the termites travel in those to keep them safe from weather and different things like that. And then we also look for any objects in the house that would be eaten by termites as well. Anything that contains cellulose, such as books, artwork, carpeting.
To defend your home against termites, Terminix has a bait defense system. These stations are placed in the ground every 15 feet. The termites eat the poison, they take it back to their colony, and it kills the other termites and protects your home.
The termites are not going away. They're still in the yard, they're still around the property, but now we have a means to control them.
Welsh encourages homeowners to get a termite inspection to help protect the biggest single investment for most people. In Tupelo, Allie Martin, WCBI News.
It's estimated that termites cause about $5 billion in damage every year here in the United States. All right, we're going to send things back over to Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson. Keith, it was gorgeous today.
Pretty nice today, and we'll just turn up the thermostat as we get into the next few days here. Case in point, tomorrow, Scott, or Thursday, mid-80s. You don't see any thunder or rain there on those icons. Can't rule out a few stray showers and storms again. We'll talk about it in that full 7-day forecast next.
Your WCBI First Alert AccuWeather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
Well, you know it. It's been awfully wet around here so far this year. Look at these rainfall totals, 30 to 44 inches of rain. Now, Tupelo, we've had 32 inches of rain normal. That should occur by July 31st. Columbus, we should be at 39 inches by September 10th. And Starkville, 44 inches. That should occur around October 21st, so not necessarily in mid-May. Now, spotty rain chances will continue. This is just one model solution going out through Friday. Can't rule out some isolated downpours from time to time. Some thunder and lightning. Most spots probably won't see it. We had one thunder shower earlier near Matheson, but right now pretty quiet. One little blip there southwest of Winona, and one there just to the south of Durant, west of Kosciuszko, and a little bit more activity back here into Arkansas and Louisiana. But a lot of this will be fading away here as we go throughout the next couple of hours, and most of this driven by the heating of the day. And once the sun gets low on the horizon like it is right now, we'll start to lose the showers, and those clouds may be a little bit more persistent during the evening and overnight hours, but rainfall will tend to diminish quickly once we get past 7 o'clock. So can't rule out a little bit of additional moisture, but most of us will not see anything for the rest of today. Clouds moving through Vernon at Durham's Pharmacy today, and that really has been the story everywhere. Upper 70s to low 80s currently, 80 in West Point, Macon, 77 in Tupelo, 79 in Oxford. Lows down into the low 60s tonight. Variably cloudy, pretty quiet. Here's our planner for your Thursday. We start out at 64, pushing 80 by noon. Into the afternoon, mid-80s again, much like today, winds from the south, and there will be a 20% chance for some of those pop-up showers and storms, much like what we've had today. So rain pretty limited in size and scope. Our opportunities go away by mid to late evening. Tomorrow morning, as we mentioned, more clouds and sunshine to start out. Temperatures in the 60s by midday, approaching 80 degrees. Limited rain opportunities until the afternoon, and we may bubble up some of those showers or thunder showers around. We just can't tell exactly where they're going to go. You may get a brief downpour, hear some thunder, no strong or severe weather expected, and then it goes away just like magic once we get into tomorrow evening. I think we'll duplicate things again on Friday. However, we may see a better chance for more widespread coverage here Friday during the day. So the odds of rain will be going on up Friday and really just bobbing up and down the odds of rain each and every day going through the weekend. Speaking of that, 88 degrees Saturday, limited amounts of rain, a little bit better chance of rain there on Sunday, 87. So it will be warm, a bit steamy here as we get into your weekend. Temperatures well into the 80s, chances for showers and storms through Monday. The middle to end of next week is looking great. Look at that sunshine and temperatures in the 80s.
A sense of normalcy. That's what parkgoers were seeking yesterday at the Lowndes County Soccer Complex. For the first time in months, an in-person outdoor Zumba class took place. Participants say there's enough room at the park to maintain a safe distance from each other.
We've had several Zumbas at home, which was fun, and we enjoyed it, and it got us through the tough time of not having Zumba, but we're all ready to get back in the gym again and enjoy our group.
We're going to make sure that we distance ourselves in between each other, and the great thing about being out here at the park is we have the space to be able to do that. We want to maintain, safety and all of that stuff.
Out there for a long time, because after I got off work, I still saw them out there. The outdoor Zumba class. They'll meet again at the Lowndes County Soccer Complex next Tuesday at 6. The father of SEC baseball is returning to Starkville. The latest on what's next for Ron Polk, next in sports.
Your WCBI Sports with Courtney Robb is brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Go further.
History is repeating itself at Mississippi State. MSU Athletics announcing that former head baseball coach Ron Polk will return as a special assistant to athletic director John Cohen. Polk's assistant coaching position focuses on coaching relationships, and he's best known for his 2 successful stints as the Dog skipper for a combined 28 seasons, becoming the winningest coach in the Southeastern Conference. During that time, Polk led MSU to 8 College World Series appearances and 5 SEC tournament championships. If you know Titans defensive end Jeffrey Simmons or recognize this video, then you probably already know the former MSU standout loves to give back. This is a video from December when Simmons surprised his former high school team, Noxubee County, with gifts during the holiday season. Now, amid the coronavirus outbreak, Simmons gave back to medical workers by providing Taco Tuesday lunch this week. The St. Thomas Emergency Medical Services team that he provided that lunch to provides emergency medical transportation to services in the Middle Tennessee area. JUCO begins to make moves back towards normalcy. The NJCAA announced that the current in-person recruiting ban will be lifted on Friday, May 15th. The lift will officially go into effect at 11:59 p.m. Individual regions are allowed to implement rules and restrictions based on state and local rules. In terms of recruitment, enforcing rules will be left up to the individual colleges. And over on the hardwood, coaching moves continue in the offseason. The latest being Smithville naming former Saltillo assistant DJ Barres as the Seminoles' new boys basketball head coach. Barres spent the last 4 years serving as an assistant for the Tigers. This is Barres' first ever head coaching position. That's it for sports. We'll have more for you when we come back. Stay with us.
It was a special treat for residents at Diversicare this afternoon in Tupelo. 2 staff members from Sanctuary Hospice made the rounds singing Elvis songs and wearing the outfits, as you saw there, to residents from outside of their windows. The special music engagement is held to help celebrate National Nursing Home Week and to brighten the day for residents who have been in lockdown because of COVID-19. Sanctuary Hospice staff members are visiting long-term care facilities throughout the region with Elvis and Priscilla as special guests.
We've had facilities tell us that, they've seen people get up and move that hadn't moved in weeks, and, they never forget Elvis. He would have been close to their age now too, so, naturally they're going to remember him. And like I said, just the joy it brings the elders to see the smile on their face.
We've been in a complete lockdown. Only essential personnel are allowed in the facility, so this has been a huge thing. They can't see their family members, their friends. So them coming around and singing at the windows, it gives them something to look forward to.
And they look pretty happy. Look there. Sanctuary Hospice staff members are visiting long-term care facilities throughout the region.
Well, thankfully, we didn't have any showers to interrupt that event today. We do have more clouds and sunshine, however, across our region. Warm and a bit steamy out there, but overall quiet here as we get into our Wednesday evening. Let's talk about the next 7 days in case you missed the 7-day forecast. Rain chances a little bit higher or lower depending on the day, but the opportunity will exist through Monday. Warm temperatures for your weekend, mid to upper 80s there, Scott. Wow.
Hey, you know what that means, right?
Cool
weather, right?
Is it open yet?
No, not yet. We'll
good.
see about it. Thanks,
Maybe.
Pete. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you at 10.